Hey folks, welcome to our playthrough of the first Drawsteel backer packet. When last we left our heroes, they were fighting for their life trying to escape a city in chaos. But we're flashing back, a few days, to another peaceful morning, in the cramped crew quarters of the passenger ship Revolution, on its way to Blackbottom with a handful of paying passengers. The heroes have been hired as security by Captain Oriel, who claims that the route is overrun with pirates. Now, on this day, dawn is just about to break over the ocean. Gentle morning waves cradle and rock the Revelation, and all is quiet, save for a few early morning birds and the snoring of the off-duty crew. You are packed like sardines in the crew quarters of the ship, where sailors sleep in a disorganized mess of hammocks and bedrolls, and moving across the floor without stepping on a body part is all but impossible. Captain Oriel insisted that you lodge with the crew when you signed on as a guard, and though you're on contract, she has treated you exactly as she does her full-time crew members, with respect, fairness, and the occasional razzing. In a few moments, a whistle will sound, and these quarters will be abuzz with the day shifts waking. But this quiet moment, a rarity in your last few days at sea, is yours. Diego, as the first rays of light are touching the sky, we see your character repairing one of the steps in the stairs leading up to the stern. Feel free to describe who we see.
You see a big figure, very tall. Maybe you have seen one of them before. It's a Hakaan, huge, with gray skin, a beard almost, apparently made by like stone or rock, but it moves. He has very tethered clothes, and when he needs a hammer almost appears in his hands and he uses it. And then when he needs something to pry open something, just it switches from one thing to the next. It's gentle in the repairs he's doing, and every time he repairs something, it stays almost beautiful. It's not just a repair. It's not just utilitarian. You've seen him before. You've heard people call them kava, and if you stay late at night, he stays at the end singing.
Wonderful. Helena, where is Glasses as dawn breaks?
I think we're gonna do it the other way around. I think in this case, she is like, she was trying to get a bath, but there's like no like enough space here like to get a bath or something like that. So she's basically cursing a little bit and looking at the data pad and just entering figures and trying to get an idea basically of where they are. And as she's walking, probably I think probably she's gonna present herself or be ready for whatever the captain's gonna ask of her. So I imagine that she is going to be like ready for that, trying to get ready mentally for that. And on the data pad though, she was looking at information about the timescape and order, and like reminiscing about home, as close to that as she could be doing at this time. Yeah.
Wonderful. Yes. What passes for a bath here is probably a bucket that you fill with salt water or very stale water, and then you use a rag or something to wipe yourself down. Not exactly a relaxing experience. Alejandro, where is Manners in this moment?
Manners is with the cat of the ship, I guess. Just petting it and trying to participate in whatever conversation is happening right now.
Great.
But yeah.
So, yeah, a cat is crawling all over you, enjoying perhaps the texture of your horns, as it's a novel experience. José, where is Silver this morning?
I think that Silver is a very heavy sleeper, so maybe unintentionally he's just putting his tail over the head of someone on the group on the cabin. But after that, when he woke up, I see that he maybe is looking at the on the main deck, to the sea, to the sky, and just enjoying the view.
Wonderful. And finally, Juan, what is Slayer doing in the morning?
Everything. If there's something that Slayer does not tolerate at all, is inaction. He needs to be moving. So, for 5 minutes, he's gonna be running all over the ship, from the bottom of the ship to the top. He's gonna be punching meats. If there are any meats in the lower deck to punch, he'll punch all of them. He would be lifting things if possible. He would grab Manners and the cat and lift them up, just for weightlifting a little bit.
Yeah, I think the cat would accept it. I don't know what Manners would do. There is no meat in the quarters where you are. At the end of that deck, there is the opening down to the hold, but you are not allowed down there.
Okay,
so
I'll punch the ship.
Sure. You're running around, coiling ropes, stacking crates back into place. Yeah, wonderful.
Oh, and also sparring and arm wrestling, because that's what he does.
There's not much of that yet in these very early hours of the morning, but as the days advance, as lunch approaches, you usually find some sailors willing to take you up on the offer. Probably none have beaten you, but they enjoy bragging about how long it takes you to defeat them.
Yeah, that's the stuff.
I think that maybe Silver will be looking at that and maybe do some pointers to the crew against Slayer.
Sure.
Just to balance a little thing, a little.
It's very difficult to overcome the added leverage from the size of Slayer's forearms, but Silver does his best to advise.
Encourage.
Yeah. There's as you are taking in your morning, there is the whistle marking the shift change, and one of the crew members up on deck calls out, "Man overboard!" And you see as a couple of the passengers who had been traveling from Capital to Blackbottom, enjoying their honeymoon as their recent wedding had come to pass. There's a splash and this yell of "man overboard," actually a woman, as you see an elf yelling over the side of the ship, and we're gonna change the music because it's a sudden moment of heroic action.
Yes.
So you see that some of the crew are rushing to lower a rowboat that they can go out to rescue her, but she is struggling with the waves. So it's up to you heroes to take action and keep her afloat long enough for the ship to rescue her as she's starting to drift away.
All right. Do we go in turns? How do we?
Tell me what anything that you guys might want to do. So
Manners is going to look at Silver. Well, you are a strong one. Hold this rope.
Yes.
I
Sure.
can go and toss it.
So what I'll say is that it's a might test, an easy might test to keep her afloat. So you might want to reverse that.
No. What I'm saying is, Silver holds the rope. I'm going to fly deliver the rope, and then Silver is the one.
I'm going to.
Okay,
There is no way I'm going to get in that woman out.
Okay, wonderful. So, wings flap out. Now, here's my question. What is your speed? Your speed
8.
is 8?
So
Yeah,
If
if you're using your action to move,
Yeah.
to download into a movement, you're able to fly out. Give me an easy agility test to drop the rope in a place where her flailing arms can grab it easily. I don't know if there's a skill,
I'm reading my skills. Maybe
some kind of
gymnastics,
dexterity or quick hands.
gymnastics, escape artist.
That would be useful if you were the person in the water trying to get out.
Pickpocket. No, if not the gymnastics, I don't think I have a.
That was the worst sell of a skill ever. Pickpocket?
Big pocket.
So
Is this an opportunity?
your wings flap out as you launch yourself, and you're like, oh, I can do my part of the job right away, but you're not certain if it'll be. So go ahead and give me the agility test.
It's fine. That's 10 plus 6 plus 2. That's 18.
18. So it's a tier 3. Excellent. So you manage to drop the rope in such a way that it immediately starts wrapping around her arm and almost makes a knot before she realizes what's happened. And she's grabbing onto it. Silver, you see the rope is starting to go taut. Someone else can also like grab onto Silver or try and grab onto the rope to assist.
Slayer, help!
By the way, I'm going back. Like, I'm going to say to the woman, help is on the way. Please, don't die.
Yeah, you say that, and
you have been saved
land
by
back
me.
On the ship,
going to fly.
and you see the recent wife, the elf, who probably you've heard in conversation. Her name is Waves of Moonlight on a Shore of Glass. Is currently like reaching out to her wife out in the waves, and doesn't seem to register your clear establishment of a debt that is to be acknowledged at a later date.
It's not only you, manners!
Slayer, you can definitely like in this moment with your mighty speed leap over and grab onto Silver or the rope.
So I'm gonna go behind Silver. And I'll just go for him on the count of 3 and just pull as hard as I can.
You didn't go 3!
One of you make a might test to assist the other one, and if you succeed, whoever is making the final might test to draw the person will have 2 edges.
Cool.
So it's an easy. I believe it's an easy test.
I don't have anything beside might that can help me. I mean, no, neither of my skills.
Okay,
Probably
so,
lift would be useful.
Yeah, lift. I do have lift.
So yeah, I can help you then, if you want.
So that's gonna be.
Hold on. Let for what I say.
Yeah, let Silver see how effective.
Yeah, rolling. It's a 10.
Okay. Do you know what? I'll
10.
just roll here, just to make it clear.
So, Silver, you hold on to the rope, but there's a moment where Slayer grabs onto you and completely lifts you up, and it's like your feet go off the boat, and it's not whatever you're doing. It's more Slayer pulling you and the rope that's doing everything.
It was a spree.
Slayer, go ahead and make the might test with only 1 edge given by manners and your lift.
Okay, so it's gonna be plus might, plus lift, plus edge, right?
Sorry,
Okay, that's
before
plus 6.
you roll, maybe I can get myself involved here. I have navigate, so I was gonna go to the side of the ship, look at what's going on, and maybe give some instructions to whoever's like piloting, so they keep the ship steady. So maybe it's easier for what Slayer's doing. Can I help with that?
I think.
Or is that something?
It's more. I think we could have something where you were helping manners. Give me an intuition navigate. So intuition and add 2 from your navigate test.
Cool. That's a 14. with just tier 2.
Okay. So,
A 1 and a 9.
yeah. We'll say with that, you helped Manners to... Because, yeah, Manners also got a tier 3. You were explaining where to drop the rope so that it coiled, and you notice that as the rope comes down, wraps around, it lifted up, and you saw a glint of metal. Like, there's light reflecting off the waves, but there was a tiny glint of something else reflective on the waves. And yeah. So Slayer, go ahead and make your
Okay. Yep, sorry, I was
final
taking notes.
test.
It's gonna be I rolled terrible. That's a 12.
Wow. And that so
But
with,
you had the
yeah,
boom,
that's-
right?
Yeah, I haven't rolled this low in a while.
well, you are trying to not only lift the human out on the water, you're also lifting a dragon knight.
But that's
And
tier
so-
2. Or is it tier 1?
No, it's a tier.
Tier
this
2.
is still tier 2. Yeah.
It's exactly tier 2. So with that, you are pulling back, and Silver, you are trying to also pull on the rope, and both of you slowly drag back all the way to the end. And with that, the human woman like gets close enough to the edge that her wife and another crew member.
I can teleport her.
Yeah,
She's like close
she gets
enough.
close enough, and she starts trying to scrabble up the side of the ship, and she doesn't quite have enough. The rope is now wet with sea water. She can't quite get all the way, but just the attempt is enough to activate the conditions on your programming glasses. And you describe what it looks like as a very wet redhead woman lands on the.
I imagine that as
deck.
soon as she gets like in the range of my ability, I'm just gonna type in the like the data pad lights up, so I'm gonna immediately type something and basically do like target move like from here to here, and she's gonna basically teleport out of reality, like out of reality, and then appears wet and everything by the side of like her wife, and I'm like smiling at it, and like, are you okay?
She's coughing like and spitting up water, and her wife like kneels down next to her and is holding her face and kissing her, and you see she's like, we said till death do us part. I thought you were gonna last longer than a week. And she's just like overjoyed that they're back together.
That's actually that's a good joke. I'm gonna say it now. It's a good joke. And we start moving towards the rest of the.
And you see that they're apologizing. And what happened was that the ring fell into the water, and the wife jumped in to try and grab it, and it's floating off in the waves. But you see that the elf doesn't care at all. Like,
Of course.
It was.
Do we have a doctor on board?
I can
Or-
help with first aid.
Yeah, you have probably Silver has some training in first aid.
Yeah.
It's fairly easy to warm her up. You can get some blankets. They
Yeah.
say that she's gonna change into some dry clothing back in her cabin, which to be cramped and uncomfortable in a different way than the full
Kava,
jam-packed crew quarters are.
you see Kava going near and ask, could you describe the actual ring you lost? And he opens his hand and he starts replicating everything she describes. And at the end of it has the ring. It's the same ring. And he looks at her and says, I can do one of those. He closes his fist, and because the human woman grabs it, and it leaves his hand.
It disappears.
The ring disappears. And says, I can help you with that. And he closes his hand and goes, and he literally leaves. And you see him going back to the quarters fetching for something.
Yeah, wonderful. So, they described this fine porcelain ring to you, and it's in enough detail that you will be able to recreate it in your preferred material of choice. And I'm going to say, you get one hero token from rescuing the the wife. And though you did not recover the original ring, the fact that you're going to fashion a replacement is enough for you to gain a second hero token, which are the maximum available from this little encounter.
Yay.
So now you have these hero tokens, and I'm going to say that these are going to last until the end of the adventure, because we're not going to have sudden demons erupting all over the ship for 5 hours of combat.
Considering the layout of the current layout of the ship, and that Kava is leaving, I'm gonna turn towards Manage and Silver and say, back where I come from, we have these visualizers that you can actually see something before printing it out, but I've never seen anything like the shit that he pulls out of his ass. It's so amazing, and I'm like pointing at Kava like.
But Kava uses his hand.
Individual, to be say, least. So don't we know him?
Kava?
I'm saying this to glasses.
Kava? He's chain. He's part of our unit.
No.
He is not.
No?
He is another he is another guard that was hired onto this ship by the captain.
Isn't I thought they were chain.
Not sure.
Please, our group is rather exclusive. Not anyone gets into the chain.
As far as I know, if he can arm wrestle me, then he's going to be pretty good.
I agree with the Slayer.
Can he arm wrestle you?
I don't want arm wrestle you again. No.
Boy, you're going to have to do it a couple of times if we're going to be together.
In terms of
As
height,
part of your training.
Yeah, I think Kava is indeed imposing in height, but Diego, you can go ahead and describe more of his general appearance.
No. Yeah, it actually is kind of weird because he has like a tummy.
Awesome.
Like he's a bit rotund, but he has like a worker's body. He's not like strong as a soldier. So and he more than actual like muscle. The one thing you actually do realize is that the hands are fucking huge and worked as hell. Like I don't know if you ever like if you ever like actually said hi to like a worker from a rural area where he's like he had an actual hammer when he was born and he is like 50, so he's been like using the hammer 45 years. So like it's like this thick hand. So and that's when the actual like the ring he was actually representing, it was like very tiny in his hand. It was like almost like a trinket. But when the human went to get the ring, it was like a missed perspective when it was like, oh, that's a very small what the fuck the hand. So you wouldn't say that he looks strong at all.
I'm picturing Andre the Giant, but like
something like that.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Good idea.
That's
Another reference. That's really good reference for our audience.
That's true.
Like a very
We are so old.
Who remember fucking
or
Andre
we
the
like
Giants?
classics.
Or we like Princess Bride.
I was gonna say that. Princess Bride.
Let's say that.
Yeah, Attitude Era is the best era.
That's what you see.
Anymore.
So
if he's going to help us, if he can help us, I don't see any issue that he can accompany us.
I mean, he has to. We are on a ship. What are you going to do? Toss him overboard? So why don't you go and present yourself, Silver, since you are so entranced? And I'm going to give a gentle push towards it. To Silver, towards...
Oh, man.
Go.
Among us, you are the best. You are the best looking. And I point towards like the devil, the fucking alien with 4 arms, and the orc.
I mean, I'm
who
rather
collects
beautiful,
skulls.
but
Excuse me.
people tend to be a little scared at first glance. When
You
they
are
see
by
me.
far the best chance of a face that we have.
So go. Present yourself.
Sure.
Make a friend. Go.
When you go downstairs, you see Kava on the floor with instead of using metal, he's using stone. He's actually carving stone. And you see him with a very this is a very smooth stone, a very hard stone, and but it's almost like he can mold it. He's very good doing this, and he's just looking at what he's doing. He nothing else is important right now.
Okay, Daniel, I have blacksmithing. This could help me understand the process that Kava is doing.
Very loosely. Specifically, what you would need is jewelry crafting, but you've had to do the occasional nail or small fine working in a larger piece, and it's a craftsman should need better and finer tools than the massive hands that Kava is using. There's either supernatural skill or some other strange effect that is making Kava able to do this.
And there's one thing you actually do notice is that I'm using my hands, but something is between my hand and the stone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using something as a tool, first of all, and second, I'm struggling a bit with the size, because it's like when you do the nails in blacksmithing. Mm-hmm. It's kind of somewhat not the most comfortable thing. It's almost the same thing. It's like I'm doing something I can do, but it's very hard right now.
Kava is it, right?
Yeah. And I look up.
Hello, my name is Silver. Do you need any help?
No, this is just a replacement so they can be at ease. They were struggling with the loss.
Can I say that what you did there was very good? I like it a lot.
And he opens his arm, his hand, and you see him like this, and he pops. The ring pops again.
That's impressive. I can't do
It's
anything of that, but you're you and you're cool.
Yeah, it's not me. It's a gift, so we can protect. And I go back to the ring.
In that
Nice.
moment, another of the passengers, an older man named Samuel, comes up to you. His sort of hat in his hand. You can see that he's worried, and he seems to be sort of addressing both of you, like he doesn't know whether to talk to the Dragon Knight or to the massive half giant. Mm-hmm. He goes, I was hoping you could help me. And he sort of looks around, hoping that no one from the crew can overhear.
Sure, come.
I've lost. You see, and he sort of points at his shirt that is slightly open. I had hid my. He's my bird. It's Private Stoneheart. He escaped.
Kava reaches to him, puts his hand, his massive hand on his shoulder. What I'm trying to do here is I'm actually combining two skills because they're very synergic. I'm trying to use empathize and read person.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good.
Basically,
good.
At the same time, and I'm gonna say, we need you calm first. And I'm trying to reassure him, and at the same time, put him in a moment where he's here with me, and I'm giving my full attention.
Yeah, there's no roll required because with those skills, there's you cannot fail. But you see, he calms down, partly from the contact and the fact that he's getting the attention of almost literally larger than life characters, and he goes, there's a fee to bring a pet on board, but he's so small, it didn't make sense, and I couldn't quite afford it. It would have delayed me another week, and it's getting so dangerous. He's a tiny little golden bird, and he's so playful. He almost was enjoying hiding inside my shirt, but I must have turned around during the night. He's escaped out here, and you see, the problem is he enjoys the chase. We would play in parks and the like. So I'm not quite and he looks and gestures at the masts and the presumed rigging and things. I can't climb that. I could barely climb the trees back home.
Wait. You think it's up? On the
I'm
mast?
sure. Yes. Well, I don't know if the mast. He's about this size, but he has glorious golden feathers. You can't miss him if you see him. And as it gets brighter during the day, he'll be more visible. But if the captain sees or if someone tells her, I can't afford the. Please.
What? Yeah. Question. I have the lore skill nature. Do I understand what kind of bird he's talking about?
Yeah. So he's describing what's called a golden tanager. It's a tropical bird, but that either it was raised in the city or it was brought there, and the behavior he's describing is smarter than you would know that these kinds of birds would have. But there are many ways. For starters, in Capital specifically, like there's nothing that says that a enterprising wizard may have taken some of these birds and bred them for intelligence to sell to rich families. And if you sell a rich family one of these birds and they take it home and it flies away because it likes being chased, who's to say if this elderly man might have caught it and fed it and allowed it to be free.
What's
he continues describing that.
What's the name of that person?
Samuel, the old man.
Samuel, okay.
Yeah, he's Samuel, and he's describing Private Stoneheart, which is the name of his little golden bird. He says, he's so affectionate and mischievous. He loves music, and he enjoys being chased so much. Often, I would think that he would try and find the cats. Oh, there's a cat here also, isn't there?
There is a cat here. Is the captain cat, I believe?
I don't.
Oh.
I'm sure he's fine. Yes, I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah, I sure it's completely fine. Don't worry, we're going to find it.
So,
so I'm going to ask Kaba if he want to help us on this endeavor. I'm going to talk with the rest of my group.
Go talk to the crew. I'll be up in a bit. I want to finish this before.
And he keeps on, like, he looks at the Samuel, and Samuel says,
Sir, he's gonna start the help. I'll be with you. Just remember.
Thank you.
Calm.
Yes, I've heard you singing to the crew before. I was hoping maybe you could try and use that to bring Stoneheart to you. Yes, thank you.
Oh, yeah. I'll do that in a bit.
and he just keeps on. He like Kava will finish the ring before the going up.
Yeah. Okay. I think that Silver will leave the room. Go back with the rest of the chain with a happy face.
Look at him. He made a new friend. Oh, fast they grow.
What?
It's always good to make friends.
Yes.
Slayer would have. Sorry. Oh no, Slayer would have asked Glasses to lift her up a little bit, just to use as weights.
Yeah,
While
I'm
she's
like the
working on the
worst weights, like super lanky and not heavy at all. But sure,
Yeah.
don't worry.
still
She's
not
like
war-
one of those, standing on the side and you're trying like to lift her.
Yeah,
Like
I'm still not
you weigh
warmed up
so
enough.
little.
I'm going to get close to the group and say, so this is going well. Question, Manners? Have you seen if the sheep cat was, I don't know, chasing some bird, especially a golden one?
You don't remember that, and the cat has been mostly lazing about the whole morning.
I'm looking at the cat right now, and no, it's not doing anything.
Yes.
Literally just laying around, being a cat, as cat do.
Good.
who of you has alertness?
Yo.
Me.
Ay.
Sorry. Spanish. Yeah, all right. Let's do it together. Let's assist you this time.
Yeah.
Love it.
Silver. No, you don't. No need to make a test. Just
okay.
Slayer. You're sort of looking up at the rigging, and as Silver is describing a golden bird, you notice like up on one of the rigging ropes, there's what looks like. Yeah, it looks like a tuft of fur or something, and then it moves, and you then point out to the rest of the group this delightful little bird, which you should all be seeing. There.
Oh.
Oh.
That's
Yes.
super cute.
As you see, Private Stoneheart, and then the very it's tiny from this distance. You see the head sort of turns, and there's a tiny black dot of an eye that is looking right at you.
Look, it's lunch for the cat.
Wait, what?
I'm going to look up.
Oh.
Well. It seems we found the little guy.
Yeah.
Should I go and
about
try
that.
to retrieve it?
About that, if you can retrieve it, awesome. Don't worry, everything will be fine. But this is hard to say. Please don't let
say
the
it.
captain know.
The captain or the cat?
Both? The captain.
The captain.
The captain.
The captain. All right, sure, I can try. Stay here. I'm going to see if I can catch this little bird.
I think he's loved the chase, so maybe not chase it.
I'm going to try. You're asking for a lot.
By
know,
this
I
time,
tried.
Kava comes up, sits on the mast, and starts singing.
Ooh,
And
very
he
good.
has a very, very rumbly voice. Well, this is me, the player, speaking. I am not a very good singer. I'm just gonna try. So he starts, and it's a ditty. You've heard this song from him before. Maybe you've heard this or not. You see them coming a mile away. You see them coming and hide, my friend. You can't dance, or so they say. You aren't ready to meet the end. And it goes on.
Yeah.
It's a very slow song, and it's almost a chant, but it has a very pacing rhythm.
The resonant bass sort of spreads out, and it's the resonance chamber of Kava's lungs, and make it a wonderful
That was awesome.
sound.
Awesome.
And great job.
Don't expect me if I take a holiday to return and start singing for you, okay? That's only a Diego thing.
So Manners, give me an agility test with an edge from the music. As you see, Private Stoneheart has been looking at you, suddenly sort of blinks around, looks, and is now turned, and is most of their attention is busy looking at Kava.
Can I use my sneak ability here?
Yeah,
While
I'll
I
say
fly from
because-
the sky.
Yeah, you can come up keeping the mast between you and the bird. So all you have to worry about is the noise of the ropes as any tension is being placed on them from alerting the bird as you approach.
So this is a sneak test with an edge, thanks to the song. All right, that's 10, 12, 14, 16.
That is exactly the upper limit of tier 2, not quite a tier 3.
Oh,
And
fuck.
all of you see from the ground as Manners adeptly slides up along the mast. Small, tiny bursts where he jumps, flaps his wings a couple of times to grab onto another point in a way that none but a flying creature could replicate. And you are smart enough not to put any tension on the ropes that Stoneheart is sitting on.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a moment as you're coming from above where the shadow of your hand just goes over one of the ropes lower down on the rigging of Stoneheart, and in a burst of speed, he's fluttering down faster than any of you can see him. He dives into the lower deck where the crew quarters are and disappears in there. No, so what? With a medium result, the bird has escaped, but has not drawn attention from anyone.
I tried.
Oh boy. Go.
Hey, go. Move.
Yeah. Moving. Don't let the captain know. I'm going to chase.
I'm going to keep
down.
the captain occupied. Don't worry. You
Thank you.
chase the...
Okay.
I'm going
With
to
that,
chase.
you go down into the lower decks where it is immediately much darker. There's barely some light coming in through small openings, windows along the top of the deck. And your eyes take a moment to adjust as none of you have night vision or dark vision or low light vision or any other kind of thing that will allow you to
Special
see in the dark. How many of you are going down onto the lower deck?
I'm going to look for the captain.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
Slayer's
have anything that I can use. Everything is an attack or damage.
Okay.
Slayer is going down just because he needs to move.
Sure.
Love it.
As
Don't
the day
hurt
shift
the-
has now.
Don't hurt the bird, please.
Talk to him, and I'm going to point at the cat and then go down.
Yeah. You make your way down into the lower decks. Manners, you see as you catch the captain as she's going also into the lower decks into her to talk to the cook, and you interrupt her and engage in conversation, and she thanks you very much for interceding with one of her passengers. That, of course, it would be terrible for the reputation of her ship if one of her passengers were to come to harm, even if it was due to their own. And there's a pause as you imagine the word that she wants to say, and then says actions.
Sure.
So you step around the night shift that is sort of settling down to rest in the quarters, and you're looking around. There's not that many places for the bird to be where there isn't movement or someone, and you carefully look through the crew quarters, and this time, Silver, you spot in the small compartment at the end of the on the stern side of the lower deck, where is the opening down into the hold. You see in a sliver of sunlight, you see suddenly a reflection of gold as you realize that the bird is in one of the small places in the lower deck that isn't full of people, and it's in the small area where the entrance to the hold is. You approach.
I'm so
and-
dumb. I should have some seed of something to lure that.
Well, you I think Samuel sort of has seen you gone through. Aside from music, you could also attempt something else rhythmic, like if you were to dance or juggle or do some other kind of demonstration such as that. Or someone else can do it. Like someone else can make an agility test to get the bird.
I was going to offer this. How about I do some of this, and I'm going to do like the pick dance.
Fuck
You
off.
know,
Like,
I'm going to
Right
go
on.
rhythmic this time, and I'm going to start slapping my abs a little bit just to give it a little bit of rhythm, give it a little flourish.
I need to ask something before you keep on, because I actually have it could work on top of your peck dance.
All right.
Can I like, now that I've seen the bird and all, can I
Now that I'm seeing,
have like
seeing
a skill or a nature skill check if I can see what kind of flower or what kind of, like, because I'm looking like a mundane object. If I can create mundane objects, so I think I can create like a wilting flower.
So
or
you would
things
know
like that.
that it feeds on small insects.
Okay.
And that would be difficult. One thing that you
Ooh.
could do is you could try and create a whistle that you could blow to replicate the call of the bird.
If you want me to like roll to create that, because if I think it's a bit more more elaborate than what I think he's used to do.
Yeah, I want to look at if there's. I feel like that's an intuition test, and I'm just looking and seeing if there's a crafting. I think you.
I mean,
So,
I have
give me an intuition test.
jewelries, sculpture, and architecture.
Yeah, I think
Skills,
like combining all of those, I'll give you the +2 of a single one. Of like
Okay.
creating bird toy, basically.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, so 15 on the die, and that is.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So, and I have 2 intuition, so that's 17. And you're like, and I have 2 + 2 for the skill, right?
Yeah. So
So
with
that's
that,
19.
yeah, you move close to the space that has the entrance to the hold, and you notice that there's a couple of crew members that are like sitting on crates, like with their arms crossed, and they sort of look at you with suspicion, with a clear sense of like, you're not supposed to be here. And I think if you've been on a ship before, you would know that that's a bit strange. Like, I mean, this is a passenger ship. It's like, so the valuables of the passengers are either in their own cabins or in the captain's safe, right? In her quarters.
Daniel,
So you stay at the entrance to this small space, and you blow into this tiny stone.
I imagine literally like this fucking huge hand with this like.
Yeah, and the sound that you hear is a very, very high pitched chirp that I sent you so you can play yourselves. It's unfortunately not open enough for us to play it here, but if any viewers would like to look up the call of the golden tanager, they can find many examples as this very high, almost musical note of a single chirp resounds, and when they see you when they hear you doing that, the 2 crew members go like, they look at each other like, what?
I'm going to distract these 2 crew members, right? To
Yeah,
keep
so
them-
you, as Kava did not enter the space to try and like go down into the hold, it seems like they're going like, is this something that we should be concerned about? I don't know. He's being weird. He's a weird guy. He's cool though. Like he sings, like he's got cool shanty stuff. Maybe it's a thing like that. And as they're having like this silent conversation among them, in a couple of glances and shrugs, a flitter of gold comes and lands right in your hands, Kava.
And
you just-
I literally palm. I palm the.
yeah, and there's a moment as Stoneheart is like pecking at your skin and sort of turning and looking at your big face and going like, and then pecking at your other fingers, and it seems to just be enjoying. And then there's a moment where you feel as it's like scratching itself on the roughness of your fingers, and yeah, this tiny ball of feathers and personality is now safe. And I think any of you who wishes has the wealth necessary to pay for the pet fee, so that Stoneheart no longer has to be hidden away inside the shirt of Samuel.
I
should
think
you choose
that
to.
Silver will be offered that as soon as. Yeah, he will do it.
Wonderful.
Definitely
And
will do it.
actually, Kava will like literally give the bird to Silver, not to Samuel. It's like, you take care of this. And he's just like, just don't let it go.
What?
And I
No.
go sit down and keep on working on the ring.
So I'm going to go to Samuel, give him the bird. That sounds awful.
Samuel is most appreciative, and he thanks you profusely. He promises he's going to keep his shirt buttoned up for the rest of the journey.
No. Don't worry. And give him the money needed for the pet
Fee.
the pet permission.
His eyes go wide, and he starts thanking you. And Silver, I think you see in this moment, as he had been treating you as a wormwhite, a draconian, and there is a moment where he recognizes from your demeanor and your actions that he is looking at a dragon knight. And it's perhaps something that he only heard stories about, but he promises that if Stoneheart ever, gets any offspring, he will name one after you. And he starts wondering like if there are any silver birds, and then he's like, he goes back and says he'll go talk to the count and pay for the fee, and thanks you about it.
I think that Silver will whisper his name to Sam.
Ooh, interesting. He makes a note of that and says, I promise. Yes, thank you so much, sir. Yes. And then he goes off to talk to the captain. Now, of the five of you, who would you consider to be most interested in food, whether the consumption or preparation of food?
As for tasting, I would say manners. Like I think manners would be like
Yeah.
this. This is like
Manners
always
is
looking for the
gourmet.
caviar.
Yeah.
I have some standards
Yeah.
for my food, but I don't cook. That's something my servants do.
I think Slayer is the one that really loves cooking or loves eating shit.
Slayer's more about quantity, not quality.
Oh, it's
So that would be, if you're looking at quality, that I would say manners. But if it's quantity, yeah, Slayer would eat the cat raw.
I think, yeah. As lunchtime approaches, there's a moment where Slayer and Manners, you're next to each other, and you're approached by the cook of the ship, which I believe I also have a handout. So the cook approaches you.
And he attacks.
This is Melvin.
Okay. Melvin.
From a different universe on a different ship. And you got a hope token for saving
Yay.
Private Stoneheart.
These hope tokens
Hero
are
token.
really
sorry,
good.
yes.
Yeah.
The hero tokens, yeah.
It may be a case where if there's any left over from this adventure, they move over retroactively onto the Fall of Blackbottom. We'll figure it out at the end of the next session, I'm guessing. So the cook approaches both of you, and you see he is exasperated and frustrated, and he goes, listen, there's this Lord Percival, Lord Percival Sullivan, he's insisting we have a feast tonight. I'm full up just making the meals for the regular crew, so would you mind, please? Could you help me? We need to gather the supplies, start cooking. And in that moment, you see as the captain is walking with Lord John Percival Sullivan, who is the wealthiest passenger on the ship. Who I'm bringing over into the main area of the deck so you can see their token.
Ooh.
With their
Fancy dude.
fancy, very carefully trimmed beard and puffy shirt, who is talking about a comet, alien's comet, that is going to be seen in tonight's sky. It hasn't been seen over Vasloria in 200 years, and a feast must be set up for the celebration this night. So this is an easy reason test for the whole group. So what this means is all of you make a reason test, and if you have any skills that would apply to the preparation of a feast for a lot of people, whether that it be, of course, if you have something for cooking, but also for leading, for...
I don't
I can lead.
have an ability, but I have my background as a novel. Does that works in some way? My upbringing.
I think that would depend on what skill you chose from that upbringing.
No, I don't. It's something like read person or.
Well,
it's something from the.
I think what you could do is you could talk to Lord John Percival Sullivan and determine what he considers to be most important in a feast.
Sure,
I can
do that.
So
Can I aid?
Can I bargain then to change reason for presence since I'm going to engage in some conversation?
Yeah, you can change that to presence. Kava, you cannot aid because you are also making a test. Now, I believe there is a background, a career which is like, maybe you have artisan. There's one that's called like Team Backbone, a career title that allows you to aid. Okay.
No. I have my title is master.
It's laborer. Laborer is the career that allows you to aid other people while you are also making your test. So, so that we have manners with read person, we have silver with lead, and reason. Does anyone else have something that they believe can?
I also have imposing attitude. You command any room you walk into. While you are present, each hero with you is treated as having a renown two higher than usual for the purpose of negotiations and influencing test. So I think that using that plus the lead, I will help supervising, coordinating, and producing the crew to expedite the preparation.
Yeah, I think specifically influence tests are a thing of negotiation, where you're seeing how much your reputation is going to help you in the negotiation. But yeah, definitely you can apply your lead skill to like organize the chain of preparation of the ingredients and making sure that things that have to be cooked earlier get started right away and so forth.
So cool. I'm a producer on real and fantasy life.
Yes.
You made your character, my dear.
I
That's
know.
true.
You made this vein and you lay in it.
So Slayer, glasses, Kava, is there any skill that you want to
I have the only one I can think of is that I have alchemy. So maybe I had a chemistry teacher that used to say that cooking was like alchemy. So I don't know. Maybe
let's say you are attempting to participate in the making of a stew and also brewing a special drink for the feast. So yeah, I'll let you apply alchemy to the reason test. And in a group test, what you're looking for is half or at least half of the group. So in this case, because there's 5 of you, 3 successes. And it's an easy test, so my expectation is that this should work out. I have full faith in your ability to set up a feast.
I can crush this thing. I'm going to approach this novel, and I'm going to engage in some conversation. Novel to novel.
Yeah, as the captain like sees you coming, she was like, "Oh yes, please. You were speaking about the comet," and she like passes over Lord Percival to you, who is insisting about the auspicious nature of this comet and how essential it is that it be celebrated as they are approaching Vasloria. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and there's a moment where he remembers the elf passenger and goes like, "Well, for most of us, Slayer, is there a skill that you think could?"
I was thinking
AD?
probably a combination of nature and my communal upbringing, considering portions and what types of meat could be really good for a large quantity of people. I don't know how many people we're talking about, but
Probably like over 20.
okay.
So
It's more about distribution and how much. First of all, which meats we're going to use, so that would be nature, and how to distribute all of those resources, using my background with communal.
all right, sure. I think maybe as I get to know the skills better, I might get more
But I'm
strict later on. But that sounds good for now.
I'm basically going
And also,
with
it's not
nature, though.
particularly high stakes, right? You're not trying to escape.
I'm
Demons
using
or-
everything
Yeah.
on this
Yeah.
guy.
It's just
So
that I have a
something like
minus
that.
one
It
in,
is high stake.
in reasons. I really want to push
Yeah.
my nature.
You're trying to do your best, and you're like,
This meat is
these are
good.
potatoes. We cook these. These are tomatoes. We don't cook these.
Roasted lettuce. That could be something.
Okay, so go ahead and give me your results. You need a 12 or higher. So you guys can roll for yourself and tell me if you got a 12 or
Just-
higher, and if anyone got a 17 or higher.
So
I'm going
after,
to roll-
just so I know if I'm gonna roll correctly, I was actually the only thing I imagined that Kava would do in this moment is actually set up the table. So,
Sure.
because he is an architect, basically, in one of those things he does, he's literally gonna put things in a correct manner so it doesn't spill, it doesn't, like, everything interacts correctly, and
Yeah.
try to like put,
I think-
it's a feast. So he's
Honestly, after lead, I think that's the one that makes the most sense. As you have experience with the planks that you've been using to repair the ship, there's enough leftover lumber on the ship that you're able to fashion these long feasting tables and seating for everybody involved.
yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead
And have like levels for the different dishes
there's,
and all
there's
those-
probably
all
a
that
couple of polder crew members on this ship. Very useful to get into those tight spaces, and in case the cat ever like hides somewhere and then refuses to come out, the polder can just go in after it. So go ahead and let me know if you got over or under a 12.
I'm using my silver tongue from Devil to add an edge, and whatever happens, I have Lucky Dog.
That would be wild for you to sacrifice stamina to make sure that this human noble is particularly entertained.
So, and I'm gonna use expert artisan to roll twice and get my better. Just use the better result.
So while Gaba is doing that, I'm guiding Slayer to get the tomato. Don't get distracted. Take them and put it there.
It's not that difficult, dude. I rolled a 15, by the way.
Great.
I roll a 17.
I roll a 17 also.
16.
I think glasses, you also, everybody succeeded. Several of you, I think almost everybody got a tier 3
Tier
result.
3, yeah.
I did.
There's a moment where Silver, you're looking and it doesn't look like it's going to come together, but you are able to see, like in your mind, as everyone is finishing up their tasks, you got like how long this is going to take to get ready. And it seems like in 10 minutes, suddenly everything is perfect. Some cloth that had been set up to repair the sails is placed over the tables to serve as tablecloth. Clean utensils are coming out. Some special drinks are prepared for glasses that are fragrant and pair excellently with all of the... I should have gotten feast music, but I wasn't expecting such a resounding success. But it is a night to remember, as you are able to have a meal that lifts the morale of the entire crew. And you see, as annoyed as the captain was with Lord John Percival Sullivan, she is delighted in this experience, and she's enjoying the meal. And then after the feast has mostly concluded and people are nursing their drinks, the few lanterns that were lit are set down, and in just the glow of the stars and reflected off the sea, you see as this bright blue and white comet streaks through the sky, illuminating. And if you've seen the Milky Way galaxy on a truly clear dark night, it looks like that. You see the streak laying behind it, covering most of the sky, and there's a moment where you realize, oh yeah, like this is truly a once in a lifetime experience. You all get an additional hero token and raise the morale of everyone on the ship, and Percival is extremely happy, and he's thanking all of you, and he goes, "Thank you so much. I told them, I was willing to pay double if they just brought some more food down from the cargo hold, but I was told it was all textiles down there, so I was wondering how we were going to be able to make this work, but you were able to bring it all together." And the elf waves of moonlight on a shore of glass, like sort of turns to that and goes, "Textiles? The captain herself told me it was spices." And Percival goes like, "Oh, maybe that's what was in the drink that made it so wonderful. Yes, I suppose you can't have a feast that's all spices, but thank you so much." It was, and you are all heartily congratulated by everyone, but a couple of questions about what's going on in the hold have arisen in your minds. You are less, perhaps a day's journey from arriving at your destination of capital. So the only question is, are you going to try and get into the hold and check it out?
Before doing that, I in the feast, I imagine the human, the couple is there.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I go towards them and Kava will extend the hand and say, "It may not be as expensive or it's pure of rock, but here you go." And it's actually it's a very similar ring, but it's made with different materials.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of mainly metal, it's mainly rock.
Mm-hmm.
And the clasps are metal, but it's basically the same design, different colors. And he extends his hand.
You see,
and when they go grab it,
mm-hmm.
it disappears, and he chuckles. "I'm sorry," and it takes actually the real ring and extends it.
You see as Waves puts it on, and she like looks at it on her hand, and then clasps her hand with her wife, and goes, "It's a treasured memory." And high elves have a glamour that makes them, it heightens whatever the person who sees them finds most attractive. So, do you think you could tell me what Kava notices most of Waves?
So just a question, how so it works. I know
it could be her sense of humor, it could be her intelligence, it could be her love
but it's
for her
not
partner.
that I see, like, it's not that I see something, it's not there. It's just,
You
I
notice-
see the,
Okay. Something
I
that
get
she
it.
does have, you notice it more.
Okay.
So it could be her hair
well-
or the color of her skin,
Yeah.
but it could also be some of her personality.
No, it's the appreciation of beauty. There is he sees when he sees the waves of moonlight at the shore of glass. When he sees her just glancing at the partner, he sees the vision of appreciation of beauty, and that he strives to find on the things he works on. So it's his mission, and he's enthralled by that.
Yeah, and you are certain that this object that you have created, as wonderful as the memories associated with the prior ring was, this is as precious, if not more so, because it is so unique and so tied deeply to their own experiences together. And with that, the night comes to a close, and as the dawn of your final day of travel approaches, you have the choice of trying to figure out what's going on with the hold, or just coming up on your continuing on your usual routine.
This is me, Jose. I wasn't paying attention. What happened with the hole?
Is there a problem? I was gonna ask. Is there a problem with the hole?
A couple of fishy behaviors, but it makes total sense that you go like, well, we're almost there. There's no need to check it out.
So
Because in a RPG session, that's always what.
I will say it's just like the adventure will continue regardless. There will be further opportunities to find out what the mystery of the ship. There is.
I don't think that Silvery will sink on investigate that. He's not into mysteries.
Mm-hmm.
So there's one thing before Kava actually doesn't do anything, because he's about not to, but when he sees the person that actually, the two people that actually saw him like in a weird way, like, what are you doing here? He's gonna look for them before he rests.
I think they were at the feast, like because the feast was at night, there had been a shift change, and so you could just go up to someone in the crew and ask them like, hey, what's in the hold? Or like,
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm just, but before, not on the horn, like, I'm gonna ask about those two people. Like, I want to know about those two people only.
So you go up to a crew member that you've worked with before to repair some planks, and they hear your question. They go like, oh yeah, Captain gave him a job. And you know, like, you've spent enough time with this person, like, they are keeping quiet about something.
Yeah.
There is something that they're not supposed to tell you. You meaning the guards on the ship.
Yeah. So, Kava is one thing above everything is he is worried about protecting people. So he's gonna keep on asking a bit, like a couple more times, but always like, if it's something I need to be worried about, is it something that we could, like, it's something that could, he uses words like expressions like, it's gonna blow up in our faces. He's always like nudging, never being, because Kava is a lot of things dumb he's not.
Yeah. So I'll say this person isn't saying anything, like they're keeping pretty quiet, but you're able to read their expression. So give me an intuition, and you can go ahead and add read person to that, as they are being extremely monosyllabic and often not answering, but you're just reading their expression.
Oh, that's very fucking low. Yeah, it's an 11. I didn't even get
11.
a second.
Yeah, so that's a tier 1. Like, all you're reading is loyalty to the captain, right? Like,
okay.
You've been a few days on the ship. You've seen how the captain treats her crew. Like, they're loyal back to her. Like, it's reciprocated. And
in that case, I'm gonna move towards manners. Because I've seen him talking to the captain. And I'm gonna ask, excuse me, you've been talking with the captain a lot. Let me introduce myself. I'm Kava. And he stretches out his hand, like his fucking huge hand.
Sure, my name is, well, people know me as Manners.
I like, and you, like, the end of the hand grabs his wrists. Your wrist, like that big of a hand. And he's just like, okay, Manners, I hope I have them. You've been talking with the captain. I want to know your opinion of her.
My opinion of the captain, well, rather competent. It seems she's not having the best of times lately. Do you work here often?
No, I came here to protect. And when I don't know things, I cannot protect. And Kava will explain the situation and why he's asking about the captain.
Like, explain it to me. I was reading something on my.
Okay, so like I'm gonna say we were fetching the golden bird. I stumbled upon those, and I'll point at two of the guards, and they were looking at me funny. And I asked around, and they had a job, but nobody seems to wants to tell me the job. I only glean that it's because they're loyal to the captain. That's why I'm here. I want to know your opinion about the captain.
What with what I'm hearing from Kava, does anything he's saying ring a bell? Like any strange behavior I have picked up from the captain?
The strangest thing is that you're not allowed down in the hold. But you also have some additional information that the captain should be losing money with this trip. Like, there are not enough passengers on the ship to pay for everything, let alone the additional expense of hiring you to guard the ship.
How familiar are you with Blackbottom, my friend?
Familiar. I've been there once or twice.
Do
I
you
have a
know
long life.
what reputation does Blackbottom has?
Yeah, somewhat.
It is known as the City of Smugglers.
Yeah.
Then you can maybe put two and two together that maybe she had something to hide down there.
My problem is if this will not allow me to protect everyone.
Knowing people like her, something is going to go horribly wrong. Maybe by an external force, or maybe a trick of the gods, or maybe the cargo itself. And then you will have to protect whatever is down there, or maybe the people here from whatever is down there.
And when you say...
Until then, she's not going to let you just pass.
When you say all this and you start saying that all the things that could go wrong, you see him for the first time like clenching his fists and moving like tapping his like just barely his foot, but his foot's so fucking big it's almost like a tremor. It's like I don't like not knowing.
Well, what's life without a little surprise? Is it not, my friend? Do not eat is how do you say it? Like, don't be anxious. You're going to have your time to shine. If you want, I can try to ask her to let us down there so we can do our job in a proper manner. If you want,
When you say
of course.
when you say it's time to shine, he is like he doesn't understand. He's looking at like, the fuck are you talking about?
I have RP'd with Siege. I know who did it.
Wow.
The meta here is strong.
Talk about ancient references.
Yeah.
Crossing the streams.
Would you prefer that? Do you want me to speak with the captain to try to get us a way to go below deck to the hull?
I would like to know so I can protect.
I can do that for you. Are you okay with that?
And he looks at you and he understands what he's saying and says, you want me to be in debt.
I want to know that I can rely on you when the time comes.
I will protect.
I don't need that much protection. I'm very good at what I'm doing. So, do you want or not?
And he loosened the grip, and like once again stretches his hand and gives you and shakes your hand.
I'm going to do whatever is in my power to get you down there.
I just need to know.
We will
I'm
see.
going to call this and say that you're talking during a break.
Yeah.
Early in like a coffee break in the morning of the second day. As you're down in the crew quarters discussing things off in a corner, you hear sounds from up above the main deck. There's these 3 thuds, like, and then you hear a scream, "Fire!" You rush up to the front, to the top of the main deck, and you see another ship sailing dangerously close to your ship. Their crew is loading ballista with flaming bolts on the heads. There are 3 bolts already stuck into the hull above the waterline. You see the planks of your ship are beginning to smolder. The black sails of the other ship are billowing violently in the rough wind. These are pirates, and they are here to raise hell. 2 gangplanks are lowered and crashed onto the side of your ship. And raiders were sprinting across and are terrorizing the frightened passengers that are attempting to flee from the deck. So, position yourselves inside this blue square as you are rushing out from under the deck, as I will begin to show you the pirates that are already here.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You notice an archer up here from the top, from the stern, aiming over the railing. And yeah, raiders, pirates coming over the planks. So, draw steel. Somebody roll a d10 to see who goes first in initiative.
Do we still have to deal with the
Yeah.
devil?
Yep.
It's my origin story, so
I love it.
Let's go.
what
I
do you
don't know
want me
what
to
you're talking
say?
about, and it's good. A question. What does the hero token like? What's that resource?
Without spending an action or a recovery, you can recover your value, your recovery value and stamina.
It's a free
So-
recovery.
Okay.
It's a free recovery. That also means you don't have to spend a maneuver or an action to do that in combat.
I don't
It's free
even need
as
the
a-
deal with the devil to say that I roll a 10.
Oh.
Wonderful. I wish there was a reward that I could give you, but the reward is the heroes are first to act. No victories, so you are starting with no heroic resources, but you will gain them as it goes on. who among you jumps into the fray?
Sorry, Slayer. Oh, spoilers.
Love it.
Oops.
Slayer's gonna be like, yes, fucking finally. And I need to roll my one.
Yeah.
The
Let's see
human
how
roller-
angry you are.
Yeah, sorry, the human raider and the human archers, are
balls.
those on our side or are they?
No, they are minions.
Oh wow, they
The ones with
invaded
actual
already.
tokens are stronger. You are the only combatants on your side. There are civilians that I will tell you, if you save most of them, you will gain an additional victory.
Come on.
Okay. So, I would like to move.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to assume that the big tokens, the
Yeah.
red circle tokens,
Those are the non-minions.
the non-minions. Gotcha. So, let's do something funny. I'm just going to go up this way. I'm being blocked by something.
Yeah, there's a railing there. You have to go up on the stairs.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna go brutal slam on this guy.
Which one?
The big guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
Well,
would
we
be
have ones on the upper.
yeah, that would be the scoundrel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead.
2d10 plus 2. This is gonna be 14. It's gonna be tier 2. So I'm gonna deal 8 damage and push 2.
Okay.
And I would like to push him in the direction of the water. Actually, I'm going to try to kick him. Kick him in the gut, trying to push him in that direction so he falls down.
Yep. So, because you are a berserker, there is a railing there that normally he would have crashed into and taken some damage, but stayed on the boat.
Okay.
But you are a berserker, so tell me what happens as you launch the human up and over.
Sure, okay. So are we okay? No,
This is not defeating the scoundrel, but you are
No, but-
removing him from the board for a bit.
No, but I'm still now I'm debating if Slayer would actually want him down or would he actually want him to take a lot of damage. I think yeah, sure. He would want this scoundrel to go against the railing to take as much damage as possible.
Wonderful. I'll tell you what, you can even aim him up to the planks and damage the planks slightly. The planks are somewhat flimsily put together, and while you could throw them off, you could also break them.
Okay.
So-
yeah, so I'm going to. Yeah, so this changes the visual a little bit. So I'm gonna go brutal slam, but with my fist, I'm going to punch him up in the jaw and then toss him in the direction of the planks.
He goes flying backwards. As you see, he had a morning star in one hand. He had a rapier and a dagger, and you can see he was like getting ready to face you with some manner of finesse and careful feints and parries, and your fist comes rocketing through any possible defenses faster than he can predict. He goes launching backward. How much damage exactly was that from the attack?
That was 8 damage.
8 damage. And then an additional one from crashing into the railing. So that's 9 total damage as he knocks back. And you see some of the planks creak and dust comes down, and you hear, the wood being stressed.
Okay. As that happens, I'm going to spend one more movement. I'm gonna go to this minion down here, and I'm going to use my maneuver to knock back
Okay.
to this guy over here.
Sure. So go ahead and make your might test.
Okay. That's gonna be. It's gonna be a tier 3.
Oh, geez. So that's 3.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Now here's my question: do
And
you want
because
to
it's-
do that even more?
I believe I was looking at the wording of this, and it says I can select a new target of the same size or smaller. So that tells me, could I just choose the same dude, or?
Yeah, you could choose the scoundrel.
Okay. So. Oh, but how would I? Okay, sure. As the scoundrel lands, I'm going to grab him by the foot and toss him up into the air. That's gonna be 4. I believe it's 4 more.
Mm-hmm. I think it's 2 or 4 if you spend rage, which you
I'm
are,
going
of
to
course.
spend because I just have 1 rage, so I'm going to spend it and do 4.
Great.
So I'm going to grab him by the foot, toss him up into the air, and make him land on the planks as well.
So that's 4 up into the air. No, that's 7 up into the air because it was 3 plus 4.
That's true. Holy shit, I didn't think of that. Okay.
Yeah, so you knock this guy back up into the railing and then grab him and toss him upwards. Now, falling damage in this one, you subtract the agility from the fall. So that's 7 minus... Come on, this guy has to have some... 1 agility. Okay, so we only fall 6. That's 2 for the 6. That's 12 damage as the scoundrel is winded as they land on the planks. Yeah, and you hear some of the planks crack and break, and you realize the gangplank is not meant to take that kind of an impact.
Mm-hmm.
So
let me see if I can move a little bit more. So I did move here and then here. No, that's it. That's all my movement. That's all I got.
Okay. So I believe hesitation is not weakness yet because there hasn't been enough insight generated. So the brawler, sort of the heavy muscled bald human who at the moment considered this to be an easy score, suddenly realizes there's real danger in this place.
I just noticed the token for Kava.
Yeah.
What? Yeah,
What?
that's a very cool token.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's always been there, dude.
It's been there all the time.
No one said anything.
There is Kava.
Yeah,
Hey,
you see as the
say-
brawler rushes over. Let me read the tactics. Okay.
I don't have anything.
Is grab a maneuver? Because if it is, he wants to do something else, but if it isn't, maneuvers. Yeah, grab is a maneuver. So you see he's going to attempt, so he shifted to move past Silver without taking a free strike, and he is going to reach out to grab onto waves.
Is this an attack?
It's a maneuver. It's a
Technically?
power roll using might.
Oh.
Ooh. That is
So-
a 14 on the dice. Plus 1 from the might, so 15. That is a tier 2 result.
Wait, a question. So I have a triggered action that I could use, but the language says the target makes an attack. So
I
I'm not
don't
sure
think this is an attack because it doesn't have the attack keyword.
I was double checking that. Okay, thanks.
So you see the brawler grabs onto waves and is holding her like in between himself and Manners, and then he's gonna move in with a haymaker at Manners. So this is his attack because the grab was a maneuver. That is an 11 plus 1, that is a 12, so that's a tier 2. So that is 7 damage coming at Manners.
So
In
then
all this
I'll-
confusion,
Yay.
I'm going to. He has waves on the other hand, right?
Grabbed. And grabs her and holds her in front. So what this means is if you attack the brawler while waves is held, half the damage is going to go to waves.
And how one can free waves?
That is a good question. So a creature can escape a grab. You attempt to escape being grabbed. you can anything that teleports waves would allow that. Let's say I'll also allow you to roll an escape a grab. So it's a resistance roll that you make to escape a grab. I'll allow you to do that to try and free waves. But I will say this brawler is particularly good at grabbing, and you will have a bane on attempts to free waves. So the easiest way is teleport her out, and if not, you have to use either might or agility to.
All right. So if I notice this, I'm just going to look back at glasses before teleporting in a cloud of black ash, and I'm going to teleport right here. Actually, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to teleport right there, because I noticed the tactic is no, we don't play it like this.
Okay, so you take half of 7. I believe it's 3.
Yeah.
Is it round down or round up? I forget. But so the fist impacts, and there's a moment where you disintegrate into a cloud of ash. Kava, I don't know if you've seen this before, as the devil just disappears, and there is a splattering of black particles on the ground that fade and don't leave a stain on the wood, and the devil is standing behind the human brawler.
Yeah.
And is
this
kind of
wings spread out, and I'm going to say, have some manners, please. Leave the woman alone and fight like a gentleman.
This is Diego speaking. He said the thing.
Very much so.
He says the thing all the time.
Every time.
Yeah.
Always round down. Yes. So that was 3 damage that you took from that blow. And that is the end of the turn of the brawler. Who among the heroes is going to act? Oh no, wait, no. Hold on, I forgot. The brawler doesn't act alone. They have raiders.
I was gonna say, yeah.
So this raider would have moved there to attack you, Manners. But you turned, so he's now turning and is going to attack you as this one rushes up and attacks Silver. And these are minions.
So a question to the players.
Yep.
Would you say Manners looks just a bit more fragile than Silver?
It's a lot more frail than me. I'm a tanky boy.
Yeah, he's using armor. I'm dressing really good, but it's just clothes.
Yeah, you haven't. I haven't described the Silver to you. Besides being a Dragon Knight, he wear an armor, a silver and blue armor, with a shield and a big sword.
Okay.
So you see as these raiders lift up hand axes and they rush yelling, and Silver, as this raider is coming at you with 2 hand axes, he throws a hand axe and it goes way past you. And there's a moment where you realize the other one is coming at you in melee. The one he threw is heading towards Kava. So, Kava, you're going to take 2 damage. These raiders got a tier 3 result, which is, I think, the first time I've gotten that with minions. And Silver, you're going to take 5 damage from the attack.
Parry.
And that's going to be replicated with Glasses taking 2 damage from a thrown hand axe, and Manners taking 5 damage.
A question: can I want to before because I
sure you can disrupt.
I'm gonna disrupt.
Okay.
I'm gonna divine disrupt.
Perfect.
The one for Manners and Glasses.
Wonderful. So read me what disruption does.
So target makes an attack. You can use the ability after seeing the result of the attack. Attack. The effect is the attack takes a bane, and the damage to one of the creatures targeted by the attack is reduced by the amount equal to my intuition. So the attack takes a bane, and Manners gets 2 damage less than.
So with a bane, it goes from exactly a tier 3 to a tier 2, meaning instead of 5 damage, it's 4, and so it's only 2 damage each. 2 damage to Glasses and 2 damage to Manners. What does it look like?
Huge.
What does it look like as you disrupt this raider who is charging full of rage and sharp axes
Kava is actually, it yells. It's a billowing yell, and says no. And I haven't described this because I forgot. He has a very thick, like, rope on his neck with a dangling, like, it's about like this big of a medallion, like a thick rock with a donut shape, and the rope passes through the middle, so it like sticks out a bit, and that thing it starts rumbling with the sound of his voice, and it moves, and from the pendant a actual light emerges, and it disrupts the attack.
So yeah, the raider throws the axe, and as he's bringing the other axe straight onto Manor's neck, this rumbling of sound just hits the arm, and it sort of twists, and the angle gets off, and Manor's, instead of being chopped right on the neck, it's almost like the blunt side of the axe hits your shoulder, and it's painful, but you know that you avoided far worse. That's awesome. And that's the end of the raid.
I was eating shit from that axe.
Yeah.
Like, I use in all this confusion because 7 for me is a lot.
Yeah.
5 is not that different from 7.
That's true.
The parry, the half of the parry will be 3 or 2?
Round it down.
2. Round
So-
down. So 5 reduced to 2.
Okay.
I love it. My
in my
minions
case-
got their best result, and you guys are able to use your abilities to like still reduce that.
Did I
I'm
get
so
any
happy.
damage?
You took 2 glasses.
Yeah,
Yes.
Sure.
As the flying hand axe was loosed before the wave of sound hit the raider.
I think
if I
glasses
can
should go.
If I can go, because Kava will start.
Go. Yeah.
Kava now is like needs to protect. And he is very worried about waves and says, "This is not your day." And
So you
I
have 2
will-
piety. As this
okay,
is your
I have
first
2
turn.
piety. I will pray. First, that's gonna be my maneuver. And you'll hear him say, "Life's so short, the craft so long to learn," and that is on a 16 on the die. So
I think that
That's
is a tier 3 without
Yeah.
your double edge. So
and oh shit, a domain. Fuck.
Yeah,
give me a
so
sec. I
do you
wasn't
want-
expecting this?
do you
Yeah.
want a wall of stone, or do you want to
Yeah.
determine what fate is in the next
Yeah.
moment? You can guarantee a
Actually-
tier 1 or tier
yeah.
3 for another person.
I know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna when I pray and I say this, the stone vibrates, and it engulfs my throat, and I'll look at actually at the human scoundrel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I will move back and say no, and he's gonna have a tier 1
On his next,
result on
awesome.
the next turn. On the next
His next power. roll.
power roll, and I am going to use Lightfall on on basically those. How can I draw here? Give me a sec. Here. So it's gonna be here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna teleport waves on the back beside Lorelo. Roll. And the idea is to I'm gonna roll to see if I can actually how much they're gonna hit. It's gonna hit for the other 2. It's a 2 tier. It's a 2nd tier. So each of them get 3 holy damage. And Kava's gonna yell, Now you will not get her again.
Nice.
And that's my turn.
Yeah, a flash of light. Manners, there's a moment where you're enveloped in holy light and nothing happens to you. And then you see the arms of the brawler, whose eyes are just now opening, are empty. And behind you, you hear the gasp of relief as Lorelei and Waves embrace. Yep, and the brawler no longer has a human shield, which is very good.
And
Do you
that's
want
my
to
turn.
move, Kava?
No, I'm staying there.
Great. All right, so back up to the tactics. Yeah, the scoundrel is going to take part because they are very annoyed at what's just happening. So it's going to take their maneuver to stand up. That guard is going to go there. This guard is going to shift. And considering the light show you just did, it's going to rush over to you, Kava. And they are... The scoundrel used their maneuver to stand up, and then their movement to get onto flanking with Slayer. Which is bad because they have an edge from flanking, and another edge because their minion is next to you, Slayer. Mm-hmm. So this scoundrel is attacking you with a rapier and dagger with a double edge.
Bring it.
It doesn't matter. It gets a tier 1.
No, this is not the brawler. This is the scoundrel who was up on the plank.
I said the scoundrel.
Oh, all right. That is excellent news because I'm not even going to roll as the scoundrel rushes on the plank, maneuvers their minions into the perfect position, jumps with a rapier, and only 4 damage from something that could have been much worse hits Slayer.
Okay.
And you see there's a moment of like, they don't understand. Their rapier was aiming for a vital part of Slayer's neck, and it just sort of turned in the air and just like nicked your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's
see
part of the
between
damage.
you.
Oh, sorry.
You see a light like glimmering in front of you. It's almost like you see something stopping it.
Okay. Slayer would have, seeing this, Slayer would have turned to him, and actually part of the 4 damage would have been him pushing the blade inward. I like it, bitch.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen this before, Kava, but you see marks under Slayer's skin begin to glow as the blood fire innate to Slayer begins to burn. And I just realized here the guards have reached 2, so the one that is going to attack Kava is not going to get into melee with you, is going to poke at you from a bit further away. As they... Wow, I'm rolling much better now than I have been in previous times.
I'm going to use Repulsive Ward.
Oh. What's the... From what distance is it?
2 squares.
Oh, yep. Awesome. So first, let's go with Slayer, because that guard also got the same result. Tier 2. So Slayer, you take 5 damage as the guard behind you like stabs you with a spear, and then the other one rushed down the stairs, stabbed at Kava, and what does it look like as your repulsive ward sends this human?
I take the...
Yeah, you take 5 damage.
Yeah, I take the 5 damage, and when it hits, it almost like I don't know, another very old fucking reference. It hits my stomach, but it moves like flubber, and it bounces off.
Wow.
Holy shit! That reference is like 30 years old.
Wow.
Has a family, a job, mortgage, everything.
Well, if it has a mortgage, it's doing well. Makes sense. It was a good movie.
And he moves 3 squares back.
Yep. As a Hakaan, you are mighty.
Yes.
And you see as the guard like stabs into you, and it resonates back, pushes, and you see as the haft of the spear wobbles backwards, hits his arm, and he is launched backwards through the gap in the railing, and falls into the water. What is their agility? Not great. So they fall 3. They take 6 damage as they impact the water. And they are splashing down there. Alright, so not dead, but we'll see if they manage to get back up before this is all over. Alright, it's a hero's turn now.
I want to go.
Sure.
So I'm going to first from where I obtain 2 focus start of my turn. I'm going to spend 1 to mark the scoundrel and the human.
The brawler?
The brawler. I'm going to mark both.
Awesome.
It's range 10, so yes,
Yep.
I can. And move next to the wrong mouse. Why I'm confused every time. I'm going to move
Next to the brawler?
next to the brawler. Thank you. Yeah. And I'm going to.
Are you
use
shifting
my-
or moving and
just
taking
moving.
a strike? All right.
I'm going to
So
move
the
and-
raider next to you slashes at you with his axe for 2 damage.
Are you going to move more? Maybe you can shift if you are going to end your turn there.
Oh, you're right. I can shift. I can shift.
Yeah, remember that.
your speed of 8, you can choose to make it into a shift of
I'm
4.
going to shift. Yeah, I'm going to
right.
because this is my end position. Yeah.
All
Thank you. I totally forgot about that.
And you are now flanking.
So looking at this brawler, I'm going to use my protective strike to strike him.
Go for it.
Smite attack. Where is the dice? Here is the dice. Smite, right? Yes, go.
I believe you have a double edge. One from your mark, one from the flanking.
Remind me what's the double edge?
You go
Roll
up a
2d10
tier.
plus your might, and it goes up to the next tier.
Got it. So 19, so it's a tier 3.
That's it.
And because it's marked,
Currently,
I have
yeah.
my focus back.
Yep.
And
So good.
so this is what's going to happen. He's going to receive 12 points of damage plus 2 for my mark, so 14, and he will be taunted until the EOT
Yep.
end of the turn. So I'm going to just say him doing that is for cowards. Fight me like a real man.
So yeah, you slash at him with your sword. You see he brings up his meaty arms to block. It just manages to move your sword, so it's not a lethal blow. But as you pull back, you see there are deep cuts on his forearms, and you see as you say this to him, there is even though he knows it's not the smart thing to do, he is going to focus on you, and you see in his eyes the desire to crush you, as he is taunted by you. So you did your maneuver, your movement, and your attack. Wonderful.
So,
unfor-
Diego, because you haven't seen this, the mark allowed everything that is marked will have a net and a +2 on the damage until my next turn,
Okay.
and that's the scoundrel and the brawler for now.
Okay.
These archers are going to suddenly realize they are much too close to every one of you, and are going to get up top and start shooting at you from the railing. This one, who is up here, is seeing Slayer be far too effective against everyone there and is going to push back. So that's 1 shot at Slayer. We're going to say 1 shot at Kava and 1 shot at Silver.
Oh wow.
There's 3 of them. There's 3 archers.
Oh,
And they're
shit.
minions. They have no captain enemy on them. That is 11. So that's a tier 2. Exactly a tier 2. For 5 damage. Wow. All right. Nice. So 5 damage to Slayer, Silver, and Kava.
Parry.
You.
I think you already used it this round.
Yeah.
This is my turn. Oh,
Oh, you get it at the top of the round.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right.
Kava is
You're
bloody.
one of the most the healthiest
wait.
characters here.
So I
be
got
fine.
use my parry or not?
No.
You did. Yeah, you used it against this raider,
Yeah.
Okay.
which was also 5 damage that you reduced to 2.
Okay.
So,
In contrast to D&D, when you get your reaction back when it's your turn, here you get your reaction back at the start of the
Of
round.
the next round. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
That's a helpful tip for you, viewer.
See?
Don't make my same mistake.
Kava, with this 5 damage, how much stamina do you
I'm
have?
bloodied.
Winded. Yes, you are indeed
Winded, sorry.
at half. So
Yeah.
you are powerful heroes, but these are fearsome pirates. There's a reason
that you
they
take one of
hired
those
5
tokens.
of you.
Exactly.
We have
5
the
of you
hero
was needed.
tokens. By the way.
I have I when the turn ends I'm gonna go first.
So it's
I'll do
glasses.
something for
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's my turn.
Yeah, you are the last hero.
Or I can go. No, I didn't
You're
have
right.
my turn.
Manners. Wait, no. What?
Oh,
yeah,
really?
because
There you
now.
go.
Wait, no. You already took your turn this time.
No, I
You
just used.
No, he just.
Oh, you used.
the-
Yeah, you said in all this
teleport.
confusion.
Yeah, in all this
Incredible.
confusion.
But you go.
No, go ahead. I always
Oh, man.
I like to go last.
This is gonna be bad for the
clean
pirates.
up.
2 heroes going before they get another turn.
Do you have force movement, by the way?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can throw. I was thinking about throwing that human archer, this one, off the boat. And
I can try to push the human brawler just to the edge, but I cannot finish the job.
I can do that too. I can do that.
All right.
Okay, I
So
can try.
Manners is going to go, and I'm going to say, "Look what I said. You just have to listen to me. Now you are in trouble. Look, care for a dance?" And I'm going to fly over the raider to gain an edge. He's marked. I have another edge, so double edge.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use fancy footwork.
Wonderful.
So here goes the dice.
I'm gonna say your feet just lightly tap on the head of the raider, who like looks up and sees your devil's wings, and you stab down at the raider's boss.
Yeah.
What's the
And-
result?
And that's really good. That's 11 plus 2, that's 13, that's tier 2. But the double edge, tier 3, so 14 damage.
Plus 2 damage.
Plus 2 for the mark. 14,
That's 16.
17, that 16, and push 2.
This is a tier 3 result.
Yeah, because with a double edge.
So
So
it's,
another
I got
focus
a
for silver.
focus.
You're gonna
And
focus,
another
yeah.
insight for me.
Yep.
Yep.
And
You see,
and
as
I
you're
can
stabbing
move
at the
into-
brawler, he falls back behind you. You fly down and continue stabbing at his feet, forcing him to push back. It's often he's too slow. You pierce through his foot, and he tries to pull it back, and it rips right through. And you see as he's limping, he's on single digits, badly wounded, right at the edge of the boat.
Come on, you were so brave before. What happened?
Oh, that's so good.
And I'm going to actually.
Do you have a maneuver? You have a maneuver for knockback, if you want to.
I forgot that that's a maneuver.
Yeah,
I'm
you
going,
can
fuck
try
it.
that.
I'm going to try it. How this is?
It's
how
a might
this-
roll. Tier 1 is push 1.
One, yeah.
Then it doesn't matter. I'm going to push
well,
it.
We should figure out how much you're pushed
have-
back.
No, and they have. Remember that they have.
Stability.
They might have stability, yeah.
So,
All right,
Yeah,
it wasn't that bad. This is a might roll, right?
yeah it
Tier
might
2.
Hey,
Hey, that's true.
It was tier 3, but I reduced it by 1 because
No. Might is my downstat too. I understand.
That's amazing.
never dump it.
So Yeah, the brawler is just sort of standing there, bleeding from the arms from the longsword of silver, bleeding from the legs from your stabs, completely lost all secure footing. Do you kick? Do you like just tap?
I'm just gonna, with the fingers, I'm going just to push it.
He gets pushed back.
I'm not even looking, like, and I'm turning around.
He gets pushed back a fraction of a foot, and then it catches on the lip of the railing, and he flips backwards and goes tumbling off the side. Does he have... He has no agility, so he falls 3, which means he takes 6 damage. He is very, very close to death and bleeding in the water down there.
Ask me if you want me to save you.
Cover!
Right now, he's trying to breathe and come back up to the surface. Wonderful. Glasses. And manners, you still have movement, I suppose.
No, I'm fine there.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, I'm going to stand here.
Yeah, and you could have done that whole thing with shift. Like,
Yeah.
you that was like 3 squares total that you were shifting
No,
and more with the fancy
I didn't
footwork.
need to use my shift because the fancy footwork allowed me to shift into any square your target leaves you after you
Incredible.
push them.
Incredible. All right,
So
glasses.
that's my turn.
So I'm gonna turn towards Slayer. I'm gonna say, "Do you want me to throw that one over the board?" And I'm pointing at the scoundrel. Or do you want to hit them some more?
I want a skull.
Okay. So I'm gonna turn. Can I do the knockback on these ladders? On one at least of them.
Well, so normally
Just
it's a
throw them
might
off.
test to lift, but you can use your mind.
I can do knockback, but I
So-
make a recent test instead of a might test, and I can do
Yeah.
it as.
So I will tell
it
you
says a
it is a
creature.
medium might test, so I'll make it a medium reason test.
Recent test. Okay, sure. And that is as a maneuver. Would it be as a maneuver?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna try that first.
All right. Which of the 2 planks are you trying to knock over?
I think I'm gonna throw this one over, the one at the bottom,
Okay.
just because we have more civilians here.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, let's go. That's reason. Go. Oh fuck, that was so bad. Yeah, that's a 12.
12.
What's your 2?
Hold on. Let me check what is a.
That's a tier
Let's
2.
check the cheat sheet. What is a medium test? You succeed in the task with a consequence. So I'll say the classic consequence. Oh, it used to be 2 villain power. I don't know what it is now. Let's call it 1 villain power because I'm pretty sure. I'm not even sure if this is a part of the backer packet. I'll look it up later. But I'll say that. So from the 5 that I got at the beginning, I'll now have 6.
Okay.
As the plank is being thrown overboard, there is a moment where you feel, from the fact that you are being attacked by humans, you and Kava have been using magic against them, and they are more resilient than perhaps other creatures would have been. So that's how I'm going to.
interesting.
That's how I'm going to flavor the fact that they are getting an additional villain point, because in previous editions they would have gotten villain power from being targeted by magic, but not anymore. So you lift just the very edge of the plank and shift it half a meter, and you let it go, and it collapses down into the waves and comes off the other side of the pirate ship and slips under both ships.
Yeah, and that was a kind of a quick swipe left on the data pad, and now I'm gonna type something much more complex, and I'm gonna use my 2 essence that I have for this round, and I'm going to stare into the abyss. And summon the abyss. I wanted to say starting here and see how far it goes. Here, abyss. I love the abyss.
So you want to get the 2 raiders, or you want to?
Yeah, and no, I want to have some insurance. Oh, there's more assholes here.
Yeah.
It's the
Actually, that was great.
the shooters.
I cannot get the 2 of them, but I really wanna get one of them.
You can get one archer, or 2 raiders, or a guard and the scoundrel that are on Slayer.
I'm gonna trust that. I'm gonna try to get 2 just because it's better than 1, and have some kind of insurance and hope that next exchange.
Sure.
Like this. So okay, so that is. Come on, good roll. I haven't rolled like critical anything in the whole thing. Come on. Oh no!
No.
A tier 1.
Wow.
That's so bad. Okay, 3 psychic damage.
You see as the Kava. Describe for Kava what it looks like as the floor of the ship becomes the abyss.
I'm gonna follow on your vibe. Remember those 90s movies that had like awful 3D kind of special effects? Yeah, so you have that kind of awful kind of 3D special effect, like kind of like on the ground, and all of a sudden
Like Tremors.
Yeah, like Tremors. Yeah, kind of that type of shit. And what you see is that all of a sudden, like the ground, it becomes like a reflective surface, and you're watching like these horrifying tentacle things from distant stars that have never been seen here, and it comes out, and once again, for you they're immaterial and they don't seem harmful, but for our opponents they're like the most horrifying Cronenberg style thing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, some cool shit. So yeah, 3 psychic damage each, and
So as the abyss begins to grab onto the raiders, you see that to you, Glasses, and to Kava, these look like manifestations of the void reaching into the reality, but it seems to the humans like it's almost they're translucent. They are maybe not quite there. They do wince and clutch at their heads, but that 3 damage is reduced to 1.
oh wow.
Yep,
Humans
they
are
have
super
magic
tough
immunity
against
too.
Magic, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, motherfuckers. Okay.
Who needs humans? We are fine without them.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do something not very Glasses like, and I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to basically position myself here. Can I be here? I wanna ask. Oh no.
What do you mean? That's pretty Glasses, to be
No,
honest.
I shouldn't be charging into battle.
You are always in the middle of the frame.
I always end up in the middle of the shit, but I shouldn't. So don't encourage me to do this shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna put myself there, and I'm gonna turn towards the 2 young wives, and I'm gonna say, "I'm a sucker for a good love story," and I'm gonna turn around, and like try to
you see-
defend them.
Yeah,
Protect
they are
the lesbians.
clutching at each other
Yeah.
to not lose themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That was my turn.
wonderful. So yeah, you are like right up against the main mast, which will provide you cover from some of the archers.
Ooh, that's really good.
And I
Daniel,
believe with that,
I have a question. Sorry, I interrupt you.
go ahead.
I have a question because I haven't changed my. We didn't define the one weird plate. This is before the adventure. How do we do now?
Roll.
roll-
I think
roll
you
a
have
die.
6 possibilities. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I forgot that I have my triggered action, so I'm gonna use that to teleport
Do it.
here instead. Just because I would much rather be a shield for them. They're NPCs. I would much rather than they hit me that hit them.
Okay.
Plus, Lorelei is a great name. I love that.
1. I think that might be acid
Cold.
on the list of possibilities for Wormplate.
It says on this order: cold, corruption,
very first
fire, lightning, or poison. Cold is the first one.
Yeah, cold
so-
it is.
Corruption, I think.
Okay.
All right. So
Sorry
with
for
that,
that.
we move on to round 2. I get another.
Can I go first?
Go ahead, go first.
Because I want to
Go.
do something. It's not very combat-y. I just want to protect.
All right, hold on. Before
So-
you take your turn,
Go.
what happens is at the edge of the gangplank that is still active, still connected, 2 raiders appear, and on their turn, they'll move across. Now, feel free to take your turn, Kava.
Okay, sorry about that. So I'll move 1 step here. Kava was gonna move that 1 step here. If I'm not mistaken, I gain 2 piety in the start of every turn, right?
Correct. So I think you have 6 now, because
So I'm gonna use Wave of Virtue.
Awesome.
I'm gonna spend 5 piety, and now and you see Kava like just hitting both of the knuckles again. This time it sounds like metal on metal, like almost like a gong, and the sound emanates, and you hear Kava say, "Fear of death bewilders me." And from mine, just a burst 5 extends, and each target can spend 1 or 2 recoveries, and end 1 effect that has a duration of the end of the turn, or is ended by a resistance roll. So, any of you, because everyone is inside a 5x5, a 5 burst, can roll 2 recoveries.
No.
Oh.
That's huge.
Yeah.
So,
we're
and now,
going to
and this
do
is
what?
2 recoveries.
everyone can roll 2 recoveries.
Yeah.
For free
want to.
or
Or
no,
1.
We,
Yeah,
we
well,
spend,
because-
we spend
1
the
or 2.
recovery.
Yeah, you do spend it.
Yeah, you can spend it. Yeah, a question. A recovery is just a D10, right? Just
No,
double
no.
check.
It's
No,
your
no,
recovery
it's-
value, which is a third
Oh,
of
it's a-
your...
Yeah.
Oh, the
Stamina.
value. Okay.
So,
no, yeah.
in your case, it would be 24, which is
Six-
a third of 8.
16.
No.
So it's 2, 16.
Yeah.
If you spend 2, that would be 16. Correct. So
okay.
you can be
I spend
back
1.
up to full.
Okay.
I'm at full using 1
Yep.
recovery.
And with that, the wave of virtue and all heroes, if they wish, are back up, fully replenished in their stamina. And I believe your turn is not over yet.
No, I'm not. That's my action, my movement, and I am gonna use a maneuver right now. Give me 1 sec, 'cause I
You're
just
in the
realized I
void.
didn't think of the maneuver I'm gonna use. Yeah. Yeah, everyone's so yeah. I'm just gonna pray again. This time with just 1 edge. That's very low. So give me 1 second. That's an 11.
With the +4, so with 2 from your intuition.
Oh,
and
it's
2
a +2. It's a +4. So no. So it's sorry. No, it's a 12. So I gain 1 piety. And that's
Awesome.
it. And that's my turn.
So-
it was a very tactical turn. That's what I wanted.
Good turn.
Do you
First.
do you have a saint or a hero that you reach out to in this moment?
Yes, but I want to double check with you with the name.
Okay, so
It's basically it's a mason. It's a saint with a name that is
The Mason.
The Mason.
wonderful. So you reach out to the mason, and you feel your prayer is answered, but just barely. And if you continue to draw power without taking a moment to rest, it may be too much for you, and you it might begin to burn through your mortal form.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
There you go.
You know what's happening now.
You know what's coming.
Oh no, I am hesitating.
Yeah.
Hesitation.
So now it's my turn. And I'm going to spread my wings. Alright. It seems everything is controlled here. So I'm going to help the knucklehead upstairs. So I'm going to fly and blade dance because there are no changes. For
Not
it.
yet. Correct.
Not yet.
Yeah, enjoy it while it lasts.
That's illegitimate while it lasts. Exactly.
Wonderful.
I say.
I'm gonna miss it though. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
I'm gonna always remember.
I was saying that.
ridiculous things.
All right, at cost 5 is going to be more balanced, but maybe up a little bit the damage because I'm not paying 5 to deal this damage right now. And I'm going to do this, and as always, I'm going to pass flying over their heads.
Yep.
Their heads to there and there. That's the movement. So I'm going to hit those human raiders and the guard.
I think if you start flying with your movement, you could you could pass through that and also hit the scoundrel.
Sure, then I'm going to do that.
Yeah, like if you fly to there before you begin your blade dance.
Yeah. I'm going to do that. Blade dance with an edge.
And a double edge against the scoundrel because it's still marked by silver.
Don't fucking dare. Don't fucking dare.
It doesn't matter because it's one roll against everyone, and it doesn't matter because I roll an 18. 9-9.
I got the focus.
Yep. Incredible.
Wait, 9-9, two similars is, or that's Daggerheart?
That's Daggerheart. Here you want a 20 or a 19 for a crit.
19, 20.
All right. I got a little excited there.
Don't worry. I'll give you one hope in the next session for us. Don't worry about it. Dude. I'll keep it. You know? I'll keep it. Yeah? I'll give you one hope.
Yeah.
Just charge me later.
The streams are crossing.
Stop
tonight.
mixing the campaigns.
Yes, I'm
Just
still
Alright,
here.
tell me
So-
how much damage just to see if there's any hope that my
9.
minions survive.
9 damage to each one.
So, you see as these raiders standing among the abyss, these barely noticeable to them tendrils of the abyss like seeping into their legs, and that is enough to distract them just for a moment as your blade dances along their necks and very real steel ends their lives. The
By
guard.
the way, is 11 against the scoundrel because I think it's marked.
Oh, fuck. Yep, that's it for the scoundrel. Excellent job from everybody. That scoundrel was very dangerous. Good job.
Was him? Was?
Was indeed. Stuff that I could have done with villain power. Great job, everybody. You see the guard tries to put up the shield, and your blade just pierces up from above into the shoulder, and you see as you cut through a tendon and the shield's arm goes loose, and he's just barely hanging onto the spear as that minion is in rough shape. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna say from the added damage that the guard down there had taken, that he collapses to the ground. And we got that guard down there trying to swim back up. Okay, yep, this is what happens. You guys took advantage of turn.
I'm going to land beside Slayer, and the cut I do to the scoundrel is like decapitation, so the head rolls on Slayer's hand.
I toss it into the water. That's not my skull anymore. Doesn't make sense.
Why you have to be so picky?
You know the fucking rules.
Go and kill that one, and I'm
Alright.
going to put to the archer.
So I'm going to use my the brawler. And normally he would have had some raiders to help him, but unfortunately they were just taken out. The brawler has a speed of 5. So he just barely, it takes him 2 to get up to the edge and then 3 to climb up. And the only reason he's able to get up there is because he uses his action to charge, and he's headed straight for Silver because he's taunted. So you see this human. There's almost you almost have to admire the strength of spirit that it takes to crawl back up with lacerated, bleeding arms and perforated legs and just come rushing at you. Yeah, there's no way this is gonna end well for him, but he's gonna try and hurt you before it's over for him. No, tier 2. So that is 7 damage.
No, it's not.
You seen? Oh,
Go for it. Yeah.
No, it's just you get. I'm gonna use 1 piety. And the attack has double bane, and the damage to the creature targeted by the attack is reduced by the amount equal twice my intuition, so it's -4.
So with the double bane, it goes from a tier 2 to a tier 1, which is 4 damage, and twice your intuition is 4. What does it look like as Kava intervenes to completely nullify this haymaker coming straight for Silver?
He says again, no, and the resonance just it just stops him.
You see, as it hits his hand. Silver, you're used to like people trying to punch your shield or even your scales and it hurting. This is the first time that they hit the air close to you and it seems to have hurt. And that's good because if he had grabbed you, he could have done a bunch of stuff before he died, but he couldn't.
I'm going to look back at Kava and just smile and say thank you.
I'm gonna go ahead and use
problem.
some of my villain power.
By the way, I just noticed that I ended my turn with some with my maneuver. Can I use it?
Sure.
Really
What
quick?
would you have used it on?
And teleport.
Okay.
And I'm going to teleport downstairs because I don't want to be near these people.
Okay.
5 squares. That's a lot.
There.
Yeah, there.
You land next to the railing or close to the railing and you look down and you see a guard who is basically relying on the wood of the shield and spear to float, but can't decide which to drop to start climbing the ship.
Do you want some help?
And there's a moment where he sort of looks up hoping that it's one of his compatriots and sees you.
Fucking
and
devil.
yeah, just you see his mind gets made up and he lets go of the shield and is going to try and swim up with the spear. And in that moment, I'm going to spend 7 villain power as the brawler yells out in pain. And you hear him go. He yells loose, and a ballista a bolt comes flying towards you, and it is a cube 3. If only it was a burst 3. So it's going to land there. I need Silver and Kava to give me agility resistance rolls.
Agility resistance.
What? Sorry, this
My
is the first time.
agility is
So
1.
roll it,
What is
make a
your
power roll
resistance?
and add your agility.
Okay, and that's
And
And if
you
you have
do
any
that.
bonuses
Yeah.
for resistance, you get a bonus for this.
Correct.
I don't have
I didn't
anything
even
that
know
can
those
help me.
existed.
They tend to be inflicted by environmental effects or more powerful or weird abilities.
15.
Okay, that's a tier 2.
This is a cold damage, right?
No.
That
You
looks
see
pretty hot.
the tip of the bolt land and there's a burst of flame.
Sure.
Kava?
I rolled 11 minus 1.
Damn.
So, Silver, you take 4 damage and 2 fire damage, so 6 total. Kava,
Okay.
you take 5 damage and 3 fire damage for 8 total.
I'm winded again.
Yeah, as there's this burst of flame and splinters as a wooden bolt impacts And whatever is on its tip is expended in an explosion.
Can I go?
Who? So I think it was. Yep, because the brawler just went. Yep.
Okay.
Man, remember when the brawler took his first turn and it was kind of scary?
Yes.
Remember that?
Talking about the brawler.
Yep.
Let me see. Now I have.
Is the
6
mark
focus.
until the end of your next turn, or
The next turn.
no?
yeah.
It's until the end. Yeah, of its turn. So.
So right now the mark is stun.
Yep.
Maneuver mark again.
Yep.
But only him. I'm going to looking at his face. Take my sword. Do a salute. And attack him using my inspiring strike. Using 3 focus. So, where is the dice roller? Is here, +2.
Hey.
So, it's a tier 3 attack. So, it's a.
Yep.
Give me a second because now I won a focus.
Yeah.
Because it's a tier 3, this is what happened. He gets 13 points of damage, 1-3.
Okay.
Also, Kava, you can spend a recovery.
That's good.
And you. This is the text here is too long.
Yeah. Inspiring strike is.
And each of you, if of us, so Kava and I gain an edge on the next attack they make this encounter
Nice.
because it's a tier 3.
So describe how you end the human brawler.
I literally look at how winded it is, how tight it is on the for this salute, and just do a pierce on the chest, and remove the sword.
Collapses onto the ground. I mean, he didn't even bring a knife to a sword fight. This guy showed up with his fists.
So it's not that we haven't defined if I have any curative magic or something like that. Let's say that you are inspired for the presence of the Dragon Knight,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Wonderful.
Wait,
You
I
you still have movement. Yeah.
So I'm going to run down in the direction of the archers. So it's 1, 2, 3. Excuse me, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm going to be here.
Yeah. I think with that happening, you see the archers' eyes go wide as they see you finish off their strongest pirate.
Mhm.
So I think I'm going to use the raiders that are up here as they rush up.
Those are the ones that I wanted to get away.
So
Who
this one's
decided
gonna
to
be
put
5.
himself there? Huh?
And then it's going to charge as they jump down. I think Slayer, you get to do
Oh, it's an because it's a new
strike
round?
as it
No,
doesn't.
free strike.
It's a free triggered action to do this, but it's because the raider jumped From the
didn't
plank?
have the-
down, like jump down with 2 axes. Is planning on throwing one at Kava, and the other is going to land straight in Manners' hopefully head.
Okay.
You know, that's what the raider is picturing. Let's see what happens when you smack him in the air.
Yeah, I think I'll take it. Although Slayer is a little bit reluctant now. He's just gonna slap him really hard. Yeah. That's a 10, that's
Alright.
a tier 1, so that's a 2 damage slap.
Sure. It's hard because there's a raider coming right at you and another that jumped over. So you're like, you were aiming to hit the one in front of you and then you have to kind of reposition and just hit him. And in that moment, the raider in front of you slashes at you with an axe and throws one down at Manners. Manners, you have one axe spinning towards you and another coming at you in melee. And Kava, there's an axe coming at you. Ooh, terrible result. Tier 1.
I'm gonna use.
So that's 2 damage to.
I think you already used it.
Yeah. So it's 4 damage on Manners, and 2 damage to Slayer and Kava.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the repulsive ward.
Awesome.
So I get the 2 damage,
Yeah. So
but he
Manners,
bounces off.
Yeah. An axe comes at you. You dodge out of the way, expending a bit of stamina to get out, and then you see as the raider in front of you lunges at you with an axe and throws the other one, and just sort of barely starts getting close to you with the blade of the axe, enough that you're having to push back, and suddenly there's like the sound of a gong as the axe that he threw at Kava makes that noise, and he is pushed off the side of the boat.
3 squares.
Yeah, 3 squares. He goes, "Ah!" And the guard is on the water, sees him coming.
That doesn't trigger a free.
No, it
No.
is
From me,
forced movement. But I don't think the raiders. Oh, the raiders do have agility, so they only take 4 damage, which is still bad for a minion. As they land in the water.
At the end, how much damage did I took?
You took 4. And because you were at full stamina, I'm flavoring that as you just sort of having to make a bit of an effort to get out of the way of these attacks.
All right, I'm going to fuck it. In all this confusion, I'm going to teleport back.
I mean, the raider was certainly confused.
Actually, I'm doing this like as a reaction from the gong sound. Like, what the fuck? They're shooting us. And I'm going to flap my wings and I'll teleport out of there.
Yeah, I think, Manners, you hear in the water the raider going, I think I killed one.
So yeah, 4 squares, and I'm going to reduce the damage to the 2. No.
Awesome.
You didn't know. The other way around.
Yeah. There you go.
Over. My scoundrel is gone. Alright, it's a hero's turn now.
Could I?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go.
Slayer being disappointed. Question.
He's Soul King.
Director, could I knock back the bridge?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm just gonna move. I'm going to stand on the body of the scoundrel. I'm going to knock back the bridge, I guess.
Okay.
2d10.
Go ahead and make a might roll.
It's gonna be a 16. So it's a tier 2.
2.
So that's a
Push 2.
push 2. I guess.
Yeah. I'll say
Yeah.
that does 2 damage to the plank. You feel most of them crack. Many planks go down, and it shifts, and it's just barely on the edge. Literally, a single point left would cause it to fall down or crack.
Okay, just because it's funny, I'm just gonna grab this guy, this poor little guy. Well, I guess it is your turn then. I'm going to go here. I'm going to brutal slam him. I'm going to again punch him in the jaw, send him flying back, send him flying up, and just making him land on the bridge.
Go ahead and roll the attack as it's holding still one hand axe, and from there, from the stern, can
it's
see
another
into the
16.
water. So how much damage and knockback is that?
Yeah, that's gonna be push 2, 8 damage. But wait, no, that's okay. Oh, I do get an edge, but I do get an edge. Wait, So that would have been an 18. Because it's a
Yep,
might roll,
that-
right? So it's a tier 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Push 4. 16 damage. Like, totally unnecessary on this guy, but
So I think you got the edge on the knockback of the plank, and you get extra damage on the attack on the raider from your rage. I think your rage doesn't give you edges on the attacks. It does give you extra damage, and I think that extra damage is enough.
Okay. Oh, it's a might test. Yeah, I misread. That's okay.
So we're gonna flavor this as you push the. How much pushback do you do on the raider?
I'm not going to, because I spent my trigger on the.
No. The free strike was not your triggered action.
okay.
That's a free triggered
Oh,
action.
cool. But I'm not going to spend it yet. So it would have been push 2.
Okay. So yeah, with that, we'll say you send him flying through the planks. Like you kick him, his legs fold out through the railing, and his back hits every plank still remaining as they crack. And all that's left are the 2 spindly boards that were holding them together, and they begin to separate and collapse into the water as the gangplank is gone, and the raider, his broken body falls into the water.
All right.
And begins to floats past his 2 compatriots down there.
I'm going to use the rest of my movement. I'm just gonna walk to this archer. I'm gonna go like, well, I guess you're stuck with me here, I guess. And that's gonna be my turn.
Okay.
Could I intimidate the
so-
guy with that, by the way?
I mean, what's certainly going to happen is that now it's the archer's turn, and they're going to get away from the melee people that are right next to them. So that archer's going to move all the way back there. This archer's going to move all the way back here. And this one is the only one remaining with high ground, is going to shoot at Manners. So that's 1 shot at Silver, 1 shot at Manners, 1 shot at Slayer.
Okay.
The one against Manners has an edge, but it's only a single roll for all of them because they're minions. That is a 12, so that is a tier 2 against everybody. So that is 5 damage to Silver, Manners, and Slayer.
I'm going to receive all the damage.
I have to receive all the damage.
Yeah, as you see, these archers pull back a full arrow, the kind that is deadly for most people, and they let loose. It's up to you. Silver, you could block it on your shield and just like feel the impact in your arm.
I'm going to. I will say that I will let the arrow just get inside, get in between the articulation of
Plates,
the
scales, yeah.
of the arrow. Just look at the arrow and look at the archer with the face of what the fuck.
Wonderful. Yeah. Slayer and Manners, it's up to you how, if you just dodge out of the way or...
Mine is just make a cut on the face. Is more like the how offended I am. Like
Yeah.
like the way I'm seeing Manners, only the last hit is the one that truly connects.
Yeah.
Everything before is
Awesome.
like his will to dodge and whatever.
All right. And with that, Glasses, I believe you have the last of the hero's turn.
Okay, so at the start of my turn, I'm gonna do something very boring. I'm gonna pull out the data about it. I'm gonna say, cut, paste, and I'm gonna move
Great.
I cannot move it.
Drag and drop.
Yeah.
I cannot move it beyond this, but I want to put it.
Oh,
in such
it has
way
a...
that,
Yeah. Probably has a...
Let me-
Yeah, because there's a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. One
Thank
more.
you.
One.
So, yeah, there. So,
Silver, you get up there and you see Samuel. Samuel has been like hiding next to a crate, and suddenly the ground turns into the abyss, and you see him he closes his eyes in fear, and the abyss does not reach out into him.
no. So that's reason.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, the fucking one.
Tier 3. Wonderful.
Yes. So yeah, that's a tier 2. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Tier
3.
3.
Tier 3.
So that is 6 points of psychic damage.
Yeah, the void is hungry after the raiders refuse to be consumed.
Yeah.
Tell me which of the two archers are vanished into the void.
I think I'm gonna get rid of the one that's here.
Okay.
That
So-
was no. Go ahead. That was
So
from
manners, you see as the arrow comes by and just barely nicks your cheek. You look back, your devil eyes flash, and suddenly the void reaches up and disappears the archer who offended you. All right. So that was your that was a maneuver, right?
That was a
your
maneuver.
action?
Yeah.
Holy.
Easier?
But I have only one. I have only one essence left because that's persistent. So is there anybody alive here?
So there's one
the other
archer left back there
Yeah.
and one archer all the way back up there.
Nah, but the other
Or
archer.
maybe you can run and shoot the people here. Like if you want.
Oh, I like that idea. So I'm actually gonna move there. Because I have her element.
Yeah.
So
I will say
I'm gonna load it up and I'm gonna load lightning. So I'm gonna fry them.
Wow.
I think there's a specific there's something called out where in water, yeah, lightning.
I was about to offer them salvation, but
Me too.
sure.
Nah, screw them. They tried to break the one rumors that is keeping me alive. Don't. They're screwed.
I mean, at the very least, I'll give you an edge,
Sure.
and you have an edge from being up
on the high ground.
on high ground.
Oh wow. So that's double edge.
Lightning weakness 5. No edge from the lightning, but if it hits, it's an additional 5.
Fuck yeah. So that's 14. So that is 6 damage. Lightning.
With 5, that's 11. So,
No.
which of the two were you targeting? And whichever one you were targeting, they're gone.
Yeah, the raider, basically. So goodbye, raider.
So he basically went. "Yeah, I think I killed one. And the guard turns. Really? And goes limp. And now there are 2 raiders floating in the water.
And I'm like, resistant to magic, not so resistant to lightning. And that's gonna be my turn.
Yep. With 16 on the reason test, that guard is going to swim back to his ship and disappears off the map. Lets go of the spear and just starts swimming away.
Kava claps.
All right. We're on turn 3. Hold on. Yeah, I didn't have enough villain points for another ballista shot. And so the question is, can you defeat... Yes, you can. So tell me how one of you acts, and then Manners takes care of the other archer.
Yeah.
Okay, so Slayer is going to take the 5 damage from the arrow. Alright, I'll give it to you. You're making it interesting. Devastating rush on this guy. It's gonna be... Why? No! Okay.
6.
Oh, that was really
That
bad.
was really bad. That
I
was a
think with your
horrible
rage
roll.
damage, it might not matter. And
Okay.
the extra damage from Devastating Rush.
That's
so I'll
true,
tell
so
you,
that's-
this archer has 8 stamina.
That's 6 damage from from this devastating rush. It's 3 base
3
plus 3.
3 base plus 3 from the movement, so
but
that's 6
wait, no,
plus your rage.
The other 2 from the rage. Yeah, that's exactly 8.
Exactly 8.
Okay, so,
So-
I imagine I imagine you just tripped on a banana. I was like, it's over like.
yeah. So okay, so I'll trip over something. I'm going to slam him against the wall. I'm gonna break his arm, exposed bone. I'm just gonna grab it and shove it into his throat, and that's it.
Yeah. You do that. There's sprays of blood as the archer like stumbles back, and you hear "Black Gods" as Lord John Percival Sullivan was up there at the top and just sees this poor pirate stumble back, spraying Tarantino levels of blood before collapsing on the ground.
I'm going to pull out my axe, start beheading him, and turn to the noble and say, "Did you enjoy your food last night?" And that's it.
Yeah. Lord John Percival Sullivan does not. He is completely dumbfounded. Manners, how do you dispatch in the weakness of the hesitation?
I'm going to just
archer
fly over him and then land with a strike. I'm going to use I work better alone. I don't know if you want me to roll.
No,
but
it doesn't matter.
I'm just going to on one side of the tip you're having this Mortal Kombat fatality. I'm just sliding his road and making a bow to the rest of the crew. Like I do the cut, do a spin, and bow as the body fall behind me.
Okay, so the archer collapses on the ground. It's up to the void if it wants to take a dead body or not. The other ship sees that their attempt to plunder the revelation has failed. You hear the call from the pirate captain to withdraw. I'm gonna roll to see if the guard that was swimming manages to get by. With a 14, just manages to clutch onto the side of the pirate ship as it turns and gets away from you. As it's leaving, there is a last round of ballista bolts that sink onto the side of your ship below the waterline. As it pulls away, you hear crew members down below begin to panic as they yell, "Trouble below, Captain! She's taking water, and the fire's in the cargo hold!"
Oh no.
So,
Kava will bolt
yeah.
to.
You're not
We're
the
going
only
to
one.
end this session here as we get ready for the next session with a montage test as you try to save the ship. Because fire in the cargo hold is very, very bad.
Holy shit, yeah.
Wow. This has been a fun adventure.
By the way, it's great coming back to the system.
Dude.
I love the difference on the packets.
Also, welcome back, Diego.
Yeah, we'll come back.
Yeah,
It's so
it was
to
good.
have you
Yeah,
again.
it was good. It was good.
You never left.
Thanks, Daniel.
Yeah, I'm so glad you got to see this. All right. If you're still watching, thank you for doing that. I hope you got to see a bit of the system. You can get this adventure if you pre-order the system. We put the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and leave us a comment. I'm sure we made some mistakes.
But we had fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
See you next time, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.